Hi there, my name's Carrie Griffiths, and in this video I'm going to be sharing the 4 steps you need to take to become a successful singer. And these steps are also going to cover how to make money from your singing, how to monetize your talents. Now, I've been singing for more than 20 years. I've been a voice coach for almost 20 years, between 18 and 19 years now at the time of recording in 2022. And I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of singers to become successful on their terms. And I've also helped lots and lots of singers, probably into the hundreds now, to make money from their talent as well. Now, there are lots of ways that you can make money from singing. There are lots of ways you can be successful. So I'm really going to focus for this on success on your terms, because what success means to me and to the next person may not be what success means to you. So the first thing you need to do to become successful as a singer is get some clarity. So clarity is number 1. Get really clear about exactly what success means to you. Now, if you're a hobbyist or if you're just starting out, success to you might be that you can sing in the shower when there's other people in the house or the flat where you live, in the place where you live, okay? It might mean that you're comfortable singing while you're making a cup of tea at work. It might mean that you are happy to go and do karaoke. Or it could mean that success to you might mean selling a number 1 album or selling out 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 capacity stadiums. Okay, so the first thing is to really get some clarity. How are you going to do that? Well, I've got some things that are going to help you. Now, when I was first starting out as a singer in, 22 years ago, so that makes it 2000. I actually started in 1999, so I've been singing for a little bit longer. When I decided that I was going to take singing seriously, all I said was, I want to be a successful singer. I want to be a singer. I want to be a singer. That's all I said to people. I want to be a singer. And then I changed it to, I am a singer. I'm a singer. I'm a singer. I'm a singer. I told everyone wherever I went that I'm a singer. And that started to get me gigs. It started to get me some following. It started to get me some fans and some audience. And it built up slowly. But to be honest with you, it was only when I got really clear on exactly what I wanted to do as a singer that things started to turn around, and I started to get the type of gigs that I wanted, and I started to make some money. And so it's really important to be specific about what you want. Now, I did a poll on Facebook, and if you're watching this, maybe you even took part in that poll. And if you did, then I thank you for that. And I asked, if you could just achieve one thing as a singer, what would it be? And lots of answers came in, but there were generally 3 types of answers. The first was about making people happy. The second was about making yourself as a singer happy. And the third fits under making money. So whether that's selling a number 1 album, just making enough money to pay your rent or to buy your beers for the night when you're performing, or especially if you're in the UK, because no one gives you, it's really difficult to make money at gigs in the UK. That's a whole separate topic. And some of you talked about selling out 30,000 capacity stadiums. Okay, so 3 topics there. So 3 kind of subtopics. So what I really would like you to do is get specific about what exactly it is. So someone said that they want to share the word of God through their singing. That's brilliant. That's really, really lovely and very important to a lot of people. So when you're talking about faith music, what exactly is it that you want to do? Do you want to write and record your own faith music that you record and perform and possibly sell? Do you want to put a choir together and either lead a choir or be part of a choir that sings faith music? Do you want to lead a sing-along perhaps every week on either YouTube or Facebook or even Clubhouse? Okay, so get really specific about what that means to you. If you want to perform to 30,000 people, how do you want to perform to 30,000 people? Do you want that to be live face-to-face in a stadium or at a festival or online? How do you want to perform to 30,000 people? If you record a video of yourself performing and put that on YouTube and 30,000 people watch it, that's you performing to 30,000 people. That's actually the quickest way to get 30,000 views, all right, is to put it online. But if you actually want to play live face-to-face in front of 30,000 people, write that down. Where do you want to play to these 30,000 people? What country is it? What venue is it? What festival is it? Are you headlining? Be really specific. Some people said that they wanted to perform at Glastonbury, and I love this answer. We can really delve deep into this. I'm not going to go too deep, but I'm going to give you some pointers and some guidance, because I have performed at Glastonbury. I didn't perform on the main stage though. I didn't perform on the pyramid stage. I didn't even perform on the other stage. So the two main stages at Glastonbury are the pyramid stage and the other stage, all right? I didn't perform on either of those, but I have performed at Glastonbury, and I did get paid, and I did pick up more followers, and I did make more money. Now, if you want to perform on the main stage at Glastonbury, write that down. Write and put a date on it. It's blah, 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 2024, and I have just performed to such and such thousands of people on the pyramid stage at Glastonbury. I mean, that's not that detailed, but that's the beginnings of the type of detail that you would need to include. Now, to be honest with you, the last time I went to Glastonbury, there were about 30 stages and tents that people could perform on or in or around. That's why it's really important to get specific. Now, if you just took a guitar or didn't even have any instruments, and you just sat outside your tent or your camper van or glamping, whatever people do these days, because I haven't been to Glastonbury in a while. And if you just sat outside your tent, let's say with a guitar, and you played to 10 people, that would be performing at Glastonbury. Now, I know what you're thinking, eyes are going to roll, oh yeah, but that's why it's important to be specific, because the law of attraction, if you're not specific, it will just give you something vague like that, all right? So get specific. So what I would like you to do is figure out, get clear on on both what you want to do, and I would like you to write down 5 details that you can see, hear, or touch. Okay, so it's not about emotions. This exercise is not about emotions right now. This is all about tangible and measurable things that you can see, hear, or touch. So if it's that you would like to lead a sing-along every Sunday at 3 o'clock on Clubhouse and have 500 people on average joining that every single Sunday, write that down. So that's about 3 or 4 details I've given there. And I want you to put a date on it. So specific, measurable, realistic, and timely. Okay, so put a date on it. Okay. Please leave emotions out of it right now. I want to feel good. If singing in the shower makes me feel good, singing in bed makes me feel good, that's not what my ultimate goal though. Okay. And you want to make people feel good. Well, the fact is, if you sing and people like your singing, you're going to make them feel good. That might be your mum, all right? That might be your best friend. That might be an uncle who's sick, and you send them a video. I do this with my uncles all the time. Send them a quick video of songs I know that they love, or songs that remind me of my childhood when we were playing around together. They love that stuff. That makes them feel good, but that's not my ultimate goal. Okay, so get really specific. 5 details you can see, hear, or touch. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. The next thing that I'd like you to do is figure out why you want to do this. So this comes under clarity as well. Is it because you want to leave your job? Is it because you want to become a multi-millionaire through music? And there's no reason why you can't. I know lots of people personally who have done that. Okay, so it is definitely achievable. They're no different to you and I. They just did a few things differently to get there. Do you want to change lives? So one of the people on Facebook who responded to my question said that they wanted to help the homeless. Okay, now I've been in lots of toxic relationships and abusive relationships, and I've been in violent relationships. And one of the things that I want to do is to help other women who have experienced toxic and abusive relationships to come out of that and to believe in themselves. And so one of the things that I've done is to put on a charity gig for a domestic abuse charity, collected the money, given it to them, because they know what to do with it much better than I do. Again, I know people's eyes are going to roll and charities just take the money for themselves. I can tell you from first-hand experience, when I went to this charity for help, they personally helped me to turn my life around. So I can say from first-hand experience that the money does go to the people who need it. Of course, there are always admin expenses. People need to get paid for what they do. They need to pay for advertising so that they can raise awareness of their charity so that people can send the money in the first place. But it does go to the right people eventually. Do your research, find out what charities actually help people and send your money there. If you want to do something a bit more hands-on, that's possible too, but you need to be clear on what it is. Number 2 is to figure out your identity. What type of singer are you? Are you a faith singer? Are you a solo singer? Are you a cover singer? Are you a covers band? Are you a tribute act? What are your values and what is your mission? So your values are things that really matter to you that are for the moment are unshakable. So that might be reliability. That might be only singing faith songs. I've been talking about faith songs a lot because it really sparked something in me earlier. I'm not a faith singer. I don't actually have a religion. I don't know what my beliefs are. They change every kind of day, but I don't have a religion. I'm not a faith singer. Are you a rock singer? Are you a punk singer? Okay, so get really clear on your identity and your values and what is your mission. So do you want to sing to 30,000 people? Do you want to headline Glastonbury? Or do you want to change people's lives? Number 3 is to build your network. And there are 2 types of network. The first type of network is your inner circle. That's people who are going to work personally with you. So that could be your singing teacher or voice coach, band members or other musicians that you hire, producers and engineers. It could be your road crew. It could be your manager, your agent, people that work with you and for you to get you where you need to be. And those people are either going to be paid by you or take a commission for what they've done to help you. Okay, so if a manager or agent gets you, so if a manager gets you a gig or an agent gets you a gig, they're going to take somewhere between 15 to 20% commission. Okay, that's your inner circle. Then there's the external part of your inner circle. Those are going to be people like promoters. Promoters are people who put gigs on. So they will either hire a venue or work with a venue to put gigs on, and they're going to hire you or book you to play at their gig, okay? They take money in different ways. There are lots of different ways that promoters earn money. I'm not going to go into that here. There are people called pluggers who will get your music onto radio or into games or onto films, get you sync deals. And then there are, of course, if you get a record deal or work with a distributor, that kind of falls under the combination of inner circle and your extension of your inner circle. And then yet there's your external network, which is your audience. So how you build an audience, okay? What type of audience are you looking for? Now, lots of people, when I work with them, say, oh, my audience can be anyone. But let's think about that. If you're a faith singer, are you necessarily going to want to attract people who like music like Black Sabbath? You may do, because actually Black Sabbath are not, they were touted as a demonic Satanist band back in the 70s. They're not. Some faith people might like Black Sabbath, okay? Or if you're a grime artist, are you going to want to attract people who like music like ABBA? Now, of course, there are going to be people who cross over. I like all types of music. I'm mainly into punk and rock, but I love grime. I love hip hop. I love Michael Jackson. I love Ariana Grande. I love Sia. I love Motown. You know, there are going to be people who cross over, but your specific audience that you want to reach out to, that needs to be specific, okay? And then finally, focus. So once you know all of these steps, it's really about focusing and being committed to your success, okay? So if you've gone through if you've clarified what you want, why you want it, you've figured out the people that you need in your circle, the next thing is to figure out your next step. Focus on your next step. Do you need a voice coach? I'm going to say 99.9 times out of 100, you're going to need a voice coach. Even if it's someone you just check in every month or every few months, or it's someone that you have a weekly lesson with. Some of the people that I work with, they like to have 2 lessons a week. That can work if you're if you're using the time properly. I would say mostly you only need 1 a week. Okay, but there are other things you can do. You must practice. You absolutely have to practice. When I first started singing, when I first started taking singing lessons and taking my singing seriously, I used to practice every single day at 4:30, even if it meant I was on the tube or on a bus or out walking around. So I would practice. To me, at that time, if I was traveling, it meant I would listen to my warm-ups. I would practice my warm-ups quietly, and I would figure out which techniques I would use, okay? Other than that, if I was at home or if I was visiting people, I would go off and I would check with them beforehand that they had a room that I could go off and practice for 20 minutes in, and I would go and practice. When I was at home, I used to practice for an hour every single day. Most of the time I was at home, so it wasn't an issue. So what is the next step? Do you need a voice coach? Do you need to record songs? Do you need to write a song? Do you need to write your next song? Do you need to get some musicians together and form a band? Do you need to get a manager if you've already done all of those things? Okay. And if you're not someone who writes, I should have said this earlier in the video, but if you're not someone who writes and you want to perform covers, are you going to do that solo or with a band? Are you going to create a tribute act? So I'm going to make a video that covers those different things another time, and eventually when I have made it, I'll link it somewhere up here. Okay, so what is your next step? Possibly it's just something that you need to go and research. So research could be your next step. Okay, and you might want to look at 5 different people, or 5 different videos, or 5 different websites that you need to look at, and then choose one. Okay, so it's about getting specific as well. Focus on your next step. Okay, so to summarize, first of all, get clarity on what you want to do and why you want to do it, what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it. Number 2, figure out your identity. What type of singer or artist or musician are you? Number 3, figure out who you need in your network to help you get from where you are now to where you want to be. And fourthly, focus on the next step. The reason I say focus on the next step is because lots of times we think about the end goal and why it's so difficult, and we forget about the next step. We possibly haven't even figured out the next step yet. So make sure you figure out the next step. So I hope this video has helped you. If it has, remember to hit the like button and of course subscribe. Share this with anyone that you think it will help. Share it on your profile, share it on your Facebook, Instagram. You can put it in your bio, link it in your bio. Twitter, wherever you feel it would help, or even, send it to a friend in a WhatsApp or a text message, or even an email. I hope this has helped. I will see you very, very soon. My name's Carrie Griffiths. Take care and stay hydrated. Ciao!